Top of it, top of it, top of it. It's your boy, Coach One Stack, man. We at it again, man. Thanks for supporting that channel, man. But I guess this download stuff is running rapid in the world. I guess that's just how it is now. Because, man, Lisa Raye is back with a video and some proof, man. And she's going on a rage about Nicole Murphy after she leaks her ex-husband's rainbow tape that she made with none other than, guess who? The glove. Gary Payton himself, y'all. The glove, Gary Payton, man. And I tell you, man, Gary Payton used to live out here in Vegas. You dig? And man, they didn't leak this Gary Payton tape. So Lisa Raye is saying that Gary Payton, was messing with her husband, and they got some proof of that. Now, see, man, this download thing is going too far. And why do I got a problem with the download thing? Because you men are not telling these women what you are. And it's a whole lot of diseases floating around. I don't know if you noticed, even with the whole Diddy situation, it's more men coming out saying that they got assaulted than women. But let me tell y'all, man, y'all know I like to get to this raw content. So remember to like, share, subscribe to this channel, man. Because we going hard in the paint, man. We blowing up in 2026 because they don't like me dropping y'all raw content. I don't do no intro. I don't do no outro. I just give y'all the game. So let's get it. Let's go.
Right. All right. Thank you so much, Lisa. I appreciate it.
Lisa Raye is not just mad right now. She's heated like somebody finally hit a nerve that she thought was buried for years. And the reason people are saying it is wild. The same woman who spent years calling Nicole Murphy a homewrecker is now getting dragged into rumors about a leaked gay tape involving her ex-husband and Gary Payton, who were allegedly making out in bed.
As well, saying that Nicole did the same thing in the early 2000s in your former marriage. Is that true? Did that happen?
That's true. Absolutely true.
So what happened exactly?
Just what you said. She messed around with my husband. Here's the thing. We've all done something that we regret. We've all made mistakes, and we all have to learn from that. But when you start doing it and being messy enough to do it amongst family, I don't know if you're a home wrecker or not. I can't answer that, but I know that what she's doing in people's homes is just wrecking it.
Well, what's making all this worse is how fast the internet flipped on her. Because the moment that Nicole allegedly started exposing things, people didn't defend Lisa Raye. They started digging into her past instead. Now, this whole thing didn't just start out today. It goes back way to when Lisa Raye was married to Michael Missick and living that island life that looked perfect on the outside, but was already cracking behind the scenes. She said herself that things felt off, and it wasn't just rumors that tipped her off. It was something way more direct. She checked the flight manifest connected to their private jet and saw Nicole's name sitting right there, and that moment changed everything. Because Lisa Raye is like, hold up, wait a minute. How are you flying into my space and I didn't invite you?
I had checked the manifest of my plane because we owned a plane. And so when you check that list, it says all the people that have rolled on the plane. And she didn't ride on it with me, and nor did she receive an invitation from me. So if you had a girlfriend that has her own island, I would think that you would call and say, hey girl, I'm coming, because I was getting everybody to come. So why you would accept an invitation from him and you don't even know him is unbeknownst to me.
So then she was confused, and by then she had gotten suspicious, and then she went straight to confrontation. But instead of getting answers, she says Nicole denied ever even being there at all, like it never happened. The denial is what really pushed Lisa Raye over the edge, because now it's not just sneaky, it's disrespectful.
Let me just say this too.
Yes.
I have been very public about Nicole, when she did that, the shit with
Lita Rashawn's husband. My concrete block.
You did your homework. And so I have talked about it before. But again, when she went on Wendy Williams to say that I lied, I was like, wait a minute, I talked to Michael the night before and said, hey, Nicole said, he said, she lied. I said, how many times did you sleep with her? He said, about 2 or 3. I said, oh, okay.
And that's when Lisa Raye claimed she pulled out something way heavier. Actual footage of Nicole and Missy together at the airport, which basically killed the lie instantly. But she didn't stop there. This is where things get personal, because instead of just confronting Nicole privately, Lisa Raye sent that footage to Nicole's man at the time, Michael Strahan, which tells you that she wasn't trying to fix nothing. She was trying to expose it. That move alone turned a friendship fallout into a full-blown war. From that point forward, Lisa Raye stood on one story for years. years, Nicole Murphy helped destroy her marriage. And that's where the energy shifted. Lisa Raye didn't just talk about betrayal, she talked about how close she came to crashing out over it, saying she almost fought Nicole, but had too much going on at the time. She even brought up how her mother warned her about Nicole early on, and she ignored it, which makes everything hit deeper.
But you know what? At that time, my mother told me then. She said, but you got to watch that one there. And I was like, who? I said, the one dancing. She said, yes, that's Eddie Murphy's wife. She said, you got to watch that one.
Current wife at the time or ex at the time?
I want to say, I think she was still married. They were still married.
So in her mind, this wasn't just random, it was something that she should have seen coming. And that's why she never backed down from calling Nicole out publicly. But now, the same internet that backed her then is now starting to question everything. And the reason is simple. Old rumors started coming back up, and they didn't paint Lisa Raye as innocent at all. They say don't let that old white fool you, because once people started connecting names, Gary Payton kept popping up again and again. And not in a casual way, but in stories about Lisa Raye allegedly being involved with him when he was still married. See, Gary Payton bought her a white Range Rover on one day Lisa got bold and drove it to his house. Lisa told Gary's wife that they were and then Gary's wife said, yeah, I know, and so are a bunch of other hoes. And this is when it got real messy, but in a way that you just can't ignore, because Nicole Murphy herself was later linked to Gary Payton too, which puts both women in the same circle, around the same men, but at different times. So now people are looking at Lisa Raye like, wait, were you exposing Nicole, or were you reacting to something you already did yourself? And that question right here is what's driving this entire situation right now, because if Nicole is really leaking or exposing anything tied to Gary Payton and Lisa Raye, and this doesn't feel random. It feels like payback. Like years later, the roles switched, and now Lisa Raye is the one being put under the same spotlight she once put Nicole under. The internet has picked up on it immediately, and fans are starting to call the whole situation very messy. Nobody's taking sides initially, but pointing out that both stories don't look clean anymore at all. Now, to understand why Gary Payton's name keeps sticking in this story, you have to look at how open he's always been about his lifestyle. Even back in the day when he openly talks about his personal routines without holding back, saying he has an hour before game time. So when people hear his name connected to multiple situations, they don't question it as much. They just add it to the timeline and keep moving. But here's the part that makes Lisa Raye's reaction feel deeper than just jealousy or anger, because at the same time she was dealing with Nicole and her marriage with Missy was already falling apart in ways the public didn't fully see yet. There were rumors about him cheating, rumors about another woman being pregnant, and even talk that his behavior was starting to affect his political position, which means Lisa Raye wasn't just dealing with one betrayal, she was dealing with everything collapsing at once. So when she came at Nicole publicly, it wasn't just about one situation. It was about everything stacking up against each other. And that's when she went so hard, because in her mind, the dominoes was falling, and Nicole wasn't just a friend who crossed the line. She was part of a bigger pattern of betrayal. But now, fast forward to today, and the same story is being flipped, because Nicole is no longer just the one being accused. Now she's the one people are saying is exposing Lisa Raye's past and forcing people to look at her differently too. And this is where the whole situation turns uncomfortable, because if both sides have dirt, this isn't about truth anymore, it's about who spoke louder first. And right when it felt like things couldn't get any messier, people online started digging up wild claims, old accusations, and even pulling in other names, trying to link dots that don't always connect. One fan even wrote, Michael Jordan put his D in Gary Payton's mouth and made him tickle his nuts. Ain't nobody forgot. But in the middle of all this drama, something else popped up that hit completely different. And that was Tisha Campbell speaking on her relationship with Martin Lawrence, saying she's never said anything bad about him and will protect him forever.
I'ma stop you right there. I'ma stop you right there. Never have I ever said a bad, unkind thing about the show, about Martin Lawrence, and I never will. I will protect him till the day I die. I don't care what people think about me.
And that moment stands out because it shows the complete opposite of what we're watching unfold. Where instead of loyalty and silence, everything is getting exposed, dragged, and flipped publicly. But the bigger picture becomes clear. This isn't just about Lisa Raye and Nicole anymore. It's about how these relationships move in circles, where everybody overlaps, and sooner or later, everything comes right back around. And that's why Nicole speaking out now doesn't feel random. It feels time. Like she waited until the story could hit harder, until people would actually question Lisa Raye instead of just believing her. So now we're left with one real question that nobody can ignore. Was Lisa Raye truly done wrong back then, or was she just mad that somebody did the same thing to her and clocked her tea with what she allegedly did to others? And if Nicole really has more to expose in this tape...
And that's the thing right there, man. Lisa Raye, man, is talking about that her husband was messing with Gary Payton. Gary Payton, the glove. I don't know if it's just a thing here. Y'all ladies, guys, answer in the comments. I need you guys to answer in the comments. Comment good, comment bad, comment sad, comment how you want to. Is this a thing now amongst the black men that it's okay, it's cool to have a wife and then you have a boyfriend on the side? I'm being dead ass serious, people. Leave in the comments like if that's a thing, because it's a lot of men getting accused of sleeping with men. I don't know if y'all notice, these men are not getting accused of just sleeping with so many women. They're getting accused of sleeping with men. And that seems to be the status quo, because there's a lot of men that's accusing of other men of taking advantage of them. But you guys be the judge. But hey, man, you like the content, go hit that like, share, and subscribe button, man. And make sure y'all stay tapped in with this good content. And remember to be blessed, never get stressed, don't get finessed, and get plenty of rest, and stay out of trouble like Gary Payton should have.